What's up, guys? It's Brendan with Sonic Electronix.
You know who I am.
You're supposed to introduce yourself. Come on. This is another Q&A for you. Today we got a question from Ron29, and the question is, I have a...
Are you serious?
What? What's wrong with that?
Ron?
Who's Ron? You know?
Yeah, never mind. Alright, keep going.
I just made it up. I'm just kidding. Anyways, his question is, I have a 2013 Toyota Corolla. It's the S package, and I just bought a pair of infinity reference components to install in the front doors. Basically what he's asking is, where would be the best location to install the crossover, either inside the door or inside the vehicle? In most cases, depending on the vehicle, you can put them in the door, but a lot of the times we would definitely recommend putting them into like a kick panel or underneath the dash. Maybe shooting 2 wires off that for your tweet and mid if you are putting in the dash or the kick panel into the door itself. Just due to a lot of the older vehicles, for example, like your, let's say a 95 Dodge Ram, the door skin's not a fully sealed unit. So if you put your crossover in there, Allyn and I have seen this quite a bit, where we get a vehicle in that has a tweeter cutting out, or a mid, or just nothing coming out of it.
Or a dead channel.
Or a dead channel. Amps and Protect, for example, and we open it up and the crossover's just dangling inside the door. Obviously the weather and the elements got to it, water, for example, and moisture, where it corrodes and rusts the crossover out. Basically completely destroying the crossover itself.
So like on a newer car, on some newer cars, like a newer Dodge Ram truck, if you actually pop the door panels off, you'll see it's a fully enclosed door. So in a case like that, you really can get away with it if that's where it really had to go. You know, obviously we put them in there from time to time ourselves, depending on the extent of the job and of course the application and the car. But ideally, if you can, like Brendan said, in the kick panel in the car would be the most ideal. If you're hooking up an amplifier to those speakers, you can even run the crossover networks next to the amplifier on your amp rack or whatever, and then run your wires forward for your tweeter and your mid and run them into the door, which would probably be the most ideal since you'd have better speaker wire going to your new components.
Exactly, and I mean if it's an entry-level set of components, for example, like the Pioneer TSAs or the Alpine Type S components, they have an inline cap for the tweeter or inline crossover.
You're good to go.
You could definitely put that in the door. It's heat shrinked usually, and it's pretty safe. Or it's a fully sealed unit, right? Basically built into the mid-range itself, depending on the speaker. So, I mean, if it's a cheap set of components, totally cool. If it's a more high-end set of components where your crossover is like the size of a loaf of bread,
you're probably not going to fit it in the door.
You may have problems with that. You don't want to use back strap and hang it in there. It can come loose or cause vibrations when shutting the door, for example. But other than that, I think that's about it.
There you go, Ron.
Have a good day, guys. And this is Brendan with Sonic Electronix.
I'm Allyn. See you later.